O you with many names, you glory of that Theban bride, and child of the thundering Zeus, you who cherish famous Italy, and rule the welcoming valley lands of Elusian Dale. O Bacchus, you dwell in the Pageant's mother city, Thebes, besides Isthmia's flowing streams, on land sown the teeth of the fierce dragon. Above the double mountain peaks, the torches flashing through the murky smoke, have seen you, the Corsican nymphs, move on as they worship you by the Cassalian stream. And from the ivy-covered slopes of Nisaeus hills, from the green shore so rich in mines, you come to us, visiting our Theban ways, while deathless voices all cry out in honor of your name. Evo, you honor Thebes, our city, above all others, you and your mother blasted by that lightning strike, and now when all our people here are captive to a foul disease, on your healing feet you come across the moaning straits or over the Parnasian hill. You who lead the dance among the fire-breathing stars, who guard the voices in the night, child born of Zeus, O my Lord, appear with your intended Thyiads, who dance in frenzy all night long for their patron Iacus.
Hey, I know you. All you here who live beside the home of Amphion and Cadmus in human life, there's no set place which I would praise or blame. The lucky and unlucky rise or fall by chance day after day. And how these things are fixed for men, no one can prophesy. For Creon, in my view, was once a man we all looked up to. For he saved the state, this land of Cadmus, from its enemies. He took control and reigned as its sole king, and proposed with the birth of noble children. Now all is gone, for when a man has lost what gives him pleasure, I don't include him among the living. He's a breathing corpse. Pile up a massive fortune in your home. If that's what you want, live like a king. If there's no pleasure in it, I'd not give to any man a vapor's shadow for it. Not compared to human joy.
Have you come with news of some fresh trouble in our house of kings?
They're dead, and those alive bear the responsibility for those who've died.
Who did the killing? Who's lying dead? Tell us.
Haman has been killed. No stranger shed his blood.
At his father's hand? Or did he kill himself?
By his own hand, angry at his father for the murder.
Tiresias, how your words have proven true.
That's how things stand. Consider what comes next.
I see Creon's wife, poor Eurydice. She's coming from the house, either by chance or else she's heard there's news about her son.
Citizens of Thebes, I heard you talking as I was walking out, going off to pray, to ask for help from Goddess Pallas. While I was unfastening the gate, I heard someone speaking of bad news about my family. I was terrified. I collapsed, fainting back into the arms of my attendants. So tell me the news again. I'll listen. I'm no stranger to misfortune.
Dear lady, I'll speak of what I saw, omitting not one detail of the truth. Why should I ease your mind in with a report which turns out later to be incorrect? The truth is always best. I went to the plain, accompanying your husband as his guide. Polynesi's corpse, still unlaminated, was lying there, the great distance off, torn apart by dogs. We prayed to Pluto and to Hecate, goddess of the road, for their goodwill and to restrain their rage. We gave the corpse a ritual wash and burned what was left of it on fresh cut branches. We piled up a high tomb of his native earth. Then we moved to the young girl's rocky cave, the hollow cavern of the bride of death. From far away, one man heard a voice coming from the chamber where we'd put her without a funeral, a piercing cry. He went to tell our master Creon, who as he approached the palace heard the sound, an unintelligible scream of sorrow. He groaned and then spoke out these bitter words. Has misery made me a prophet now? And I am traveling along a road that makes me the worst of all disasters. I've just heard the voice of my own son. You servants, go ahead. Get up there fast. Remove the stones piled in the entranceway. Then stand beside the tomb and look in there to see if that was Haman's voice I heard, or if the gods have been deceiving me. Following what our desperate master asked, we looked. In the furthest corner of the tomb, we saw Antigone hanging by the neck, held up in a noose, fine woven linen. Haman had his arms around her waist. He was embracing her and crying out in sorrow for the loss of his own bride, now among the dead, his father's work, and for horrifying his marriage bed. Creon saw him letting out a fearful groan, then went inside and called out anxiously, "You unhappy boy, what have you done?" What are you thinking? Have you lost your mind? Come out, my child, I'm begging you, please come. But the boy just started to stare with savage eyes, spat in his face, and without saying a word, drew his two-edged sword. Creon moved away, so the boy's blow failed to strike his father. Angry at himself, the ill-fated lad, right then and there, leaned into his own sword, driving half the blade between his ribs. While still conscious, he embraced the girl in his weak arms, and as he breathed his last, he coughed up streams of blood on her fair cheek. Now he lies there, corpse on corpse. His marriage has been fulfilled in chambers of the dead. The unfortunate boy has shown all men how of all evils which afflict mankind, the most disastrous is one's thoughtlessness.
What do you make of that? The queen's gone back. She left without a word, good or bad.
I'm surprised. It's about her son. She heard that terrible report. I hope she's gone because she doesn't think it right to mourn for him in public, in the home surrounded by her servants. She'll arrange a period of mourning for her house. She's discreet and has experience. She won't make mistakes.
I'm not sure of that. To me, her staying silent was extreme. It seems to point to something ominous, just like a vain, excessive grief.
I'll go in. We'll find out if she's hiding something secret, deep within her passionate heart. You're right. Excessive silence can be dangerous.
Here comes the king in person, carrying in his arms, if it's right to speak of this, a clear reminder that this evil comes not from some stranger, but his own mistakes.
It's my boy!
Mistakes made by a fool's mind. Cruel mistakes that bring on death. You see us here, all in one family, the killer and the killed. Oh, the profanity of what I planned. Alas, my son, you died so young. A death before your time.
Ah!
You're dead. Gone. Not your own foolishness, but mine.
Alas, it seems you've learned to see what's right, but far too late.
Ah!
I've learned my pain. Some god clutching a great weight struck my head, and hurled me onto the paths of wilderness, throwing down the casting underfoot